What is up, everyone? Welcome. Our first Saturday build stream. You're not aware we did change our schedule. I don't know if we've updated our actual schedule underneath, but streaming Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday now rather than Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. So appreciate all y'all showing up. Not Geo, how you doing? Neb, how you doing? Also, don't feel bad, Geo, because you know what? I'm watching Owl too. I'm streaming, I'm building a keyboard, and I've got Owl on. Niv180, how you doing? Andy J. Kim, what is up? What is up? So this build I've been excited for a long time. This one has been kind of in the cards. This build has been in play, a possibility for quite a while. Just waiting on everything to come in, everything to line up, which took way longer than what we had expected. And I'm glad it's finally here, but I just got it at 7 o'clock at night last night. So I lubed a decent amount of the switches, but I've got about a little over 30 more to finish up. Luckily, this build is a hot swap build, so it will be a pretty quick actual keyboard build. So we'll use some time to kind of lube the rest of the switches. But let me get this stuff all cleaned up real quick. I want to show it off, show you what we're building today. Give me 1 second. All right. Question. Okay. Trying something new out with my camera, with the top-down camera specifically. It's in 30 FPS, like it's in 30 FPS, but it's in 4K, downsampling to 1080. Does it look sharper? I feel like it looks sharper. It may be a little bit, not scuffed, but a little less fluid than it normally is. But it's in... Didn't see it before, but it seems sharp. Yeah, it looks way sharper. Like the keycaps, they look just like... Everything just looks way sharper. As long as nothing's moving. It doesn't... See, like on my screen, which it should be more jarring, I think, for me than for y'all. It's like... It's not bad at all. I want to see. I want to look. Whoa. The delay. The desk mat looks good. Yeah, I think it looks fine. It looks way sharper. What's good, Box? I don't know how to say you, Box Jur owner. There's a smidge of motion blur, but not bad. Rocket Man, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Alright. I'm gonna put this stuff kind of to the side for a second. I want to show off this board. Let me get my loop station out of the way. Alright, so if you're not familiar with the Square 80, this is a group buy that started kind of... Oh, the music is smidgy? Yeah, it's a little loud, isn't it? It looks a little loud. So let me do it here so then I don't have to listen to it as loud. There we go. How's that? Is that better? Good. One creative mind. I'm doing well. How are you, my dude? All right. Ooh, well, howdy. See, I hate that I can barely hear that. Being real low. All right. So this is a Square 80. Nice little box, nice little sleeve. This ran late last year, or well, middle of last year. Started delivering late last year into earlier this year, I believe. So this is a hot swap build. Option obviously to do solder or hot swap. This is the hot swap version. I am not sure why, but these are a whole bunch of different colored LEDs, red, white, and blue LEDs for the board, even though, as you can see, this is full SMD RGB LEDs. But like I said, this is a hot swap board designed in collaboration with Fox Labs, makers of boards such as the Leaf 60, Key 65, Orange 75, Leaf 80. I'm not a big fan of the fact that it's top mounted USB-C, but hey, you know what? It'll be all right. Well, I guess I'm okay with the top mount. I'm not as big of a fan of the little protrusion. I guess is to be more specific. Yeah, it's got the crazy recessed inner plate. I haven't actually fully looked at this. I opened it up just to make sure it was there. So this board has obviously never been built. Let's get all this stuff out of here. All right. I don't think there was a solderable option, or you would have got it. There wasn't a solderable option? Dang, I thought there was. I could have swore there was. This board is from Metal Chuck, by the way. Metallic Charles, man himself. Then why, see, what I don't get is if there's not a plate, then why do they include these? All these LEDs. Like red, white, and blue LEDs. Literally no place, like the indicator LEDs. Oh, okay. Because I was say the indicator LEDs are. No, the indicator LEDs are SMD. Ah, that makes sense. Well, hey. This is an aluminum plate. Metallic Charles, did you even open this and look at it? A little dusty. But look at how freaking beautiful this is. Like the Square 80 does this, it obviously has this cool little like inserts, which looks cool with the red and black, but there were other options that they had where it was like even more pronounced than this. But then look at that. That's cool. Front. The booty. Innovated in 2018. In its studio in Fox Labs. There's the front. Not anything special about the front, but man, I love that it's Win keyless too, but the Win keyless matches the inserts. Okay, I gotta take this apart. Assuming it's top mount because of the inserts. Yeah. I originally wanted to get a blue case with yellow plate, but they didn't offer it. What colors offerings did they have? I know there was like a yellow. What's up, ONG Tavares? It's kind of so hyped for Squid 60, dude. I'm excited for you, man. Yellow and blue is Space Cadet Nut. Wait, this isn't Discord. True. I always do that. Yellow black. Yellow black was the one that was like crazy cool to like see the variants. Like it really showed off the insert, I feel like. Obviously white black and black white did as well, but I'm actually interested. I haven't seen. Has anyone seen a yellow one? Yeah, has anyone seen a actual yellow one in the wilds? Because I'm interested to see how that color turned out. Because I haven't seen it. Not in person yet. A few of them sold. So, this is, as Neb said, this is not like your typical top mount. It's a sandwich mount-ish. But it's like weird because it's got the inserts that kind of like... This is like a very interesting... So all the inserts, if you can see, are all integrated into the plate itself. Which, because these do kind of go up against the actual top, I don't know, it'll affect the typing feel a little bit. There's not going to be as much play. It's going to be a little bit more rigid. This is a very thick plate. See how thick this plate is? And then it's kind of hard to show, but they did a great job of making it to where, because this has been a problem with other boards that are super thick like this. See how it's kind of milled as they were talking about on the top and bottom? That helps the Switch seat in better. There's been some other boards that have had really thick plates that don't do that as well. I think like the Zephyr had issues with that. So it's nice. Looks a lot like the Kin 2.10 plate. Yeah. Well, except for this whole portion. But yeah. Kind of nuts, isn't it? And like, it's such a crazy design because like even this module, like this section, you could take out and get a different, because like, see how this is like, see how it's like blockered, but then there's like, it's not fully open, right? Like it's not a full window. There's space around the insert. It's pretty cool. They did a good job of making this like super unique. Be excited. What I find interesting is that like it's like a weird, so like where is it? These screws are to screw the PCB into the plate, which is very interesting. Trying to figure out what the point. Because that's really weird in my opinion. It's very strange. This is a very strange but cool board. Alright. Let's put it back together. Let's finish these switches. Only 13 yellow ones in the group buy. I don't recognize any of the names that got them. Yeah. I'm just interested in as to why they have these. I'm actually going to put the feet on. Like, it's like a little O-ring the screws where you screw the PCB into the plate, I guess. Maybe that's to provide stability if you are so you don't have to maybe take the whole board apart when you're taking out switches. When you're swapping switches, like you can swap it without taking the board apart and know that the plate's not gonna, the PCB's not gonna fall back. That's like how I've seen other hot swaps do that. Stability. Strange that there's 4 of them. To help prevent people from destroying their PCB. Because not everyone takes the board apart to re-switch the board. Doesn't the tofu, the wind keyless tofu has like a screw that goes like in the middle of the back of, like, middle of it, even though it's wind integrated. The Dallas boys just got rolled. Yeah, I know. Actually, I recognize 2 people that got one of these. I feel like people kind of slept on this. It was like right when the community was like really kind of getting huge last year. I went back and looked at it just now, and the group I started in like late May. It's been a little over a year since the group buy. Delivered late last year. $52. Was it capped? It wasn't limited, was it? Yep, small group buy. It didn't sell out instantly. Pulled so hard on it, yeah. I don't know, man. Because I know like Square or not Square, but Init and FoxLab have collaborated on other boards. And they typically don't do insane. But I expected this to do a lot better than it did. Alright, we got the feats on. The launch was kind of scuffed. This was also released at a time when like everyone was like releasing stuff. Like it felt like stuff was happening like really, really quickly. Like everyone was releasing ICs and whatnot. It gets sold out pretty quick, maybe like a few hours. But why would they only do 52? That seems like such a weird number. This is a very red case. It is very red. All right, you want to see Sanctuary Rebirth as well before we start? Sanctuary Rebirth's pretty freaking sweet as well. I think 50 more with a couple extra. That's 50 worth. All right, this is Sanctuary Rebirth. I already took a look at it. I must say, I do really enjoy the packaging for this. For the Infinity set. I think this is something that, like, you know, if GMK wanted to maybe take some notes and do this, but with like a recycled cardboard and still maintain their like 100% recyclable packaging, they totally could. Because you could just do recycled cardboard here. You don't really need this foam. This Sanctuary Rebirth. Look at that. It's pretty crisp legends. Like, let's look at the main. You know, GMK's been having some issues with P recently. It's pretty good. Pretty freaking good. Thing that's nice about these sets is look at how massive this is. Like, look at how many caps there are. Like, that's awesome. That's value, dude. Value. Not gonna lie, I've never played Diablo. So, colors look nice and dark. Does it appear to be black enough? It is very dark. I mean, like, here. Like this. Alright, so here's what we'll do. Is this GMK's current packaging? No, it's not a GMK set. It's a Infinity PBT set. Alright, so hopefully you can see this. So that's... So it's you can tell it's much darker than... You can see it's much darker than 9s. Which I feel like that would be a... Typically for PBT is hard to get darker than that. It's very black. Very dark. Ooh, boy howdy. Thank you for the follow, Paul. Appreciate it, my dude. Same thing with you, Unicorn855. Appreciate that. Yeah, this looks great, honestly. Like, the legends are super crisp. I mean, it's pretty freaking crisp. But yeah. Let's put this away. I enjoy how large the kit is, though. That is nice. How's the warp? They're not like warped at all. we'll look at it a little bit more in depth. I want to get these switches finished lubed up so I can put it together. I did actually check the space bars earlier, and they no warp. All right. Might need to finally buy Infinity 808 Boom, looking real nice over there. Yeah, it looks great. Honestly, I'm very impressed by the Infinity by that set, especially because it's non-standard legends, and so that tends to be a little bit harder to get not fuzzy. It's an Infinity set? Yes, it is an Infinity set. It is in fact an Infinity set. We're going to finish up these switches. I got the stems to do for these 10. And then, oops. And then 30 more. Dude, right? So, one of our buddies that we hung out with made them for Chewy and I. I like that it has the little brush holder. I forget to use it regularly, but I enjoy that it has a little brush holder. Yeah, Chewy has one as well. I mean, we don't lube much on stream, so... But... Actually, I like it. These red inks being a little bit smaller housing than something like a cream or a panda housing, they don't snap in the same way, but it's nice because it's kind of more compact. Where like, the lube station I was using, this one, this is a Clavier one. You can see how much bigger it is, even though it doesn't add that many switches. Plus, this has got the logo. Nice little Mechs on Deck logo. The super thick tree one's best. Yeah, but I like this because I can like hold it, right? Like if I wanted to, it's got like a ridge in the middle that I can hold on to. And I can almost use it like this, like a painter's palette, and I can sit on the couch, lube up. I need to put it down, throw my brush in. Ready to go. Yeah, I was pretty surprised about the logo. I think it looks great. You walk a beginner through your lubing method. Well, so these are linear switches, which basically means that I'm typically going to be using 205 grade 0. I use GPL 105 on the springs, which you drop some of this spring thingy, shake it around. I'm going pretty light on the lube because inks themselves are pretty light. So I already lubed the housings, but the stem really with a switch like this, I feel like you're not having to be as precise with where you're putting the loop. You just want a even coat, basically like all over the switch where it's going to make contact. Like I do fairly light with red inks because they are a very light switch. If you do too heavy, then they just like, especially on stabilized switches, they just don't even return. But if you were doing tactiles, you would want to be more careful to make sure, depending on if you want to lose a little bit of tactility with your bump, you want to make sure, if you're okay with losing some tactility when you're going for maximum smoothness, you can get some lube on the legs. But if you want to maintain your full tactility, then you're going to have to be more precise about making sure that you're not going on to the leg. Like you're not going out to here with your lube, because then that will get onto the leaf and really lighten up that tactility. Which can be nice if you're wanting something that's maybe a little bit less intense, but you like the size of the bump. I mean, it's definitely an interesting feeling. Something already has fairly light tactility, like a Gatoron Brown. Or a cherry brown, I guess. If you were to overlube that, it would basically feel linear. But the biggest thing, in my opinion, about lubing switches is to take your time and make sure that you are as consistent as possible. Kyle the boy. It's not very nice, my dude. That is not very nice. There's my mouse. You know, man, it's okay. I get it. I'm gonna give you a nice little 10-minute timeout. Think about what you did. Come back later. We'll see you, my bud. When is the Mechs on Deck lube drop? Well, we're not, like, what do you mean? What do you mean? Like this thing? This was like these are like 2 OVs. Like this was made for Chewy and myself. Like there's only 2 of these. The lube station. I mean, this is 3D printed. So like if you had someone, I believe he got the files off Thingsverse or whatever it's called. So you could realistically, if you have someone with the filament, like the printer that can do something this big enough. Dude, what is with these people, man? Dude. Oh. I don't know. You know, sometimes it'd be like that. Sometimes it be like that. It's I feel like it's strange how these switches like on screen. Oops. Is typically when I lube the switches, I'm either sitting on a couch or I'm like leaned back. I gotta show y'all. What is everyone up to today? Does anyone have any fun plans? It's actually like really nice outside here, but it's like really hot. Anyone doing anything? Don't like TKLs, but that case looks good, doesn't it? It looks great. This is gonna be a nice, this is like, I like doing themed builds like this. I think this is really cool. You know, you really plan something out and it all comes together. Yeah, Linsky, we changed up the schedule. We are Tuesday, Wednesday, and Saturday now. They do say that Saturday is for the boys. It's good to see you too, man. How have you been? You've been enjoying... You have it's a Sirius, right? That has the Zycos in it. I wish I had Cube stuff to do. How are you liking that Sirius with Zycos? It's OP. What lube are you using and what film you use? So this is 205 grade 0 on the actual bottom housings and stem. And then for the springs I use 105 oil. And then the films, these films are, I believe, TX film. These are TX films that are going on it. But I mean, you can really use whatever film you like as long as it closes. Thick films, I would say, are probably the ones that you have the highest. Guessing the springs are bag lubed. Not specifically a bag, but like tub-ish thing. This is a what I lube my springs in. This is a holder for electrical tape, for Scotch colored electrical tape. It's nice and small. Works out. Is there a big difference between TX films and desk key films? The biggest difference between a lot of the films, other than like the gasket, the ones that are like specifically marked as gasket films, is the thickness of them. So typically they'll all be fairly similar. It's just that some will have, some will be a little bit thicker than others. So like there's the Kibio films. And then there's the like actual like gasket ones that like you stick on. Same things that made the Topra. I think that's the gasket ones then. I don't know. I've never used those. Use the TX, and then I have some of the Kibio ones, I think. And those are a lot thinner than the TX. I mean, I think it all did, whether or not you select the Desk Keys ones or like the TX ones or the other different films that are out there, is what thickness do you want and what color, right? Like if color matters to you, TX films are great because they come in like every color ever. So like if you want to have like this has the black films because it's the theme. But you could get black films from everyone. But if you needed like if you wanted it to be fully red, you can't really get red films from everyone. Oh no, this music is very chill. I got orange and yellow films from TX. Never used them though. No switches. I have really need them. Yeah. If Metallic Charles is still here, I want to know: are you using these more because of the theme, or because you actually want to have the films? Because if you're just doing it for the theme, because I don't know if these switches 100% needed the films, but it definitely does help. You film inks. Twitchy Twitch 2020, thank you for the follow. That seems like a meme. Opinion on yellow inks. I've actually never used yellow inks. Oh, I can't really give a hard opinion on them. I would assume that they are smooth, because all of the other inks that I have felt have been very smooth. Because everyone's kind of using the black and red inks now. No one's really using the blue and yellow offerings. Piot. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate it, my dude. How many keyboards do I own? Let's see. I think I should be productive and go lube and fill my gats. A build that's coming. Dude. You can do it, and while I do it, you can hang out with me. I have to think about this. $12? 11 or 12, technically, in my possession currently. Yeah, I think. Enough. More than I need, but I will continue to buy more because there's always new stuff coming out. And we're always like innovating in the community and things are always getting better. How often do I change out your daily driver? I typically change about every week. You know, when we do our weekly show, we always do a what's on your desk. And I try to use something different every week. You know, keeps me using different stuff. Keeps it fresh for me because I don't have two boards that have the exact same switches in it. All of my boards have different switches. They all feel different. Even the other, I have like 4 that are like in cases that I never use. Those are still all different. So read very well. What's up, Chewy? How you doing, my dude? I don't think I love enough switches to have a different ones in each board. Yeah, I mean, it's like, well, okay. I have 2 boards that have mauves in them, but one of them's not like really, and it's a proto. I like how that red board makes your iron look burgundy. The iron is basically burgundy. Like the plum is very burgundy. Do you remap keys or keep in stock QWERTY? I stay on QWERTY. I do very little to my, as far as like custom wise, I do very little to the actual board itself as far as changing the layout or adding different layers. I'm not someone that uses a whole bunch of different macros or has like weird keybinds. I used to do a lot more than I do now. But I find myself, especially the last like 6 months or so, it's really nice to just be able to plug a board in and just use it. You know, obviously if you had to change things like split backspace, or like, you know, small layout stuff, but fully switching can be kind of rough. You type in QWERTY to Vrek or something? I just type in QWERTY. I'm not a Vorak user. Well, I think it's Huey, Man of Interest. He types in the Vorak, but he leaves his keycaps in QWERTY. Neb's still here. He'll be able to confirm. He uses Windows to switch the layout, I believe. Instead of programming, switch. Yeah. I'm actually kind of... Obviously, this is a very large bin of... this is a very large bin of 205 grade 0. But I'm really enjoying that it's like kind of running out because I have like a little space where there's none at the bottom where I can take off this. Right amount of loot that I want. Square 80 is a neat design, honestly. I'm a fan. I want to get this one of this. Yeah, I'm actually kind of bummed that I didn't get one of the 60s now. Although this is sweet. I like the inserts with the TKO. Having all the extra space to have the inserts be more prevalent is nice. And I hope that they do a like exploded 75 where it's like the arrows are exploded off and then the column is exploded off. You can have more prevalence of the inserts. That would be sweet. See, what's funny is you'd love this in a 660. I don't know. I can't get into the 660 layout. How are the leagues going? The Overwatch leagues. Who's winning? Who's playing right now? You're wrong, and that's okay. Still living. Next match is about to start. You get much better than 60. What board are you using, Neb? Heavy 6. Oof. Fusion versus Glads. I hope the Gladiators win. Haha. Yeah. Let me lose my... Fusion 3-0. Listen, I can still hope that the Gladiators can win. Alright? Listen, they put in LH Cloudy. He pops. He plays aggressive Reinhardt. Kicks him down. Shows him who's boss. Hope.exe has stopped responding. I'll check back in after the game. Yeah, I actually have it open. I have it open. It's not really like I'm kind of passively looking over every little bit, see what's going on. Do-do-do. Anyone else into Overwatch League or excited about another esports event that's happening? Was anyone excited for like actual sports that are happening right now? I know Gio, who's probably still listening, might be watching the Overwatch Leagues with Brian from Top Clack. Big into the hockey and team. Just recently clinched playoffs. So glad Formula One is still happening this year. Are you big into Formula One and like racing in general? Do you do like sim racing and stuff? Because I've been really enjoying watching one of our buddies, Ray, know him as the Raging Asian. The Raging Asian. He's really good at sim racing. I really enjoy watching him do it, and I've been wanting to kind of get into it. Might start. Actually got into during COVID, thanks to the Netflix. Nice. Arsenal won the FA Cup. So happy. Only esports that matters to me. Setups are so expensive. I feel like for sim racing, setups are as expensive as you want it to be, right? Like you can get into it for as little as like, you know, $250, $300. Right? Like you don't have to spend a ton of money. Spend just, I mean, $250, $300 is kind of a lot, but like relative to the couple thousand that you could spend on it. Also, then Ray, we can make fun of you. Ray makes fun of you anyway. Out of love. We all make fun of each other out of love. Oof, wow. Yeah, I feel you though, Neb. The no job life. I'm in the same boat. I'm the no job and the no car life right now. Big unlucky. The big unlucky. But who knows? Things are starting to get better, I think. I hope. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe hope.exe will start responding like what Brian said it's been not responding. We can restart it here soon. Wow. Hope you know that I was playing Nub. You clipped it for Ray. Okay. Oh man. I want to know what Ray says. Osiris is not wrong. True. I guess. Man, quarter final B just started in the Overwatch League. Fusion versus the Gladiators. We're just gonna turn this into a companion stream where I also build a keyboard while I'll talk about the Overwatch League. Fusion is definitely winning. That's a big tub of lube. It is. It was full. Now it's not. I feel like if you're someone who builds keyboards a lot, getting lube, like especially 205 in this amount, is very worth it, you know? Those tiny little vials suck. No T1 this year, only esports you want. Actually need to get more. I need to purchase some more. I mean, it's one of those things. Yeah, it might be expensive, but then you just don't have to buy it for a long time, you know? Not T1, TI. Yes, the international. I big dumb. Isn't whatchamacallit? Isn't the team that's won it the last? Haven't they won it 2 years in a row? What's the team's name? They just got a CS:GO roster. You like that film? Get in the hole. I would want 3204 in that amount. OG, yes, that's right. Why would you want 3204 in this amount? You really use that much 3204, Neb? OG. You don't like 205? Interesting. Interesting. Well, I must say, for those who care, which is probably very few of you, gladiators are not getting rolled, which is good. 3204 is pretty much the only lube you use for switches. Interesting. I feel like 3203 like never gets used anymore. I feel like there was a while where people were using it for tactiles, but people kind of fell out of it. Especially as the tactiles got more and more intense, 3204 became more prevalent for tactiles. There's not really much difference between 3203 and 3204. 3204 is a little bit thicker. It is a noticeable difference. At least in my opinion. The first thing I did when I got these tubs of lube is I took each one and I put it between my fingers and I went like this for like 15 minutes. To like get a good feel of like the consistency. Because I had the lubes from other vendors and I just wanted to see what the difference is. Like if it was like, I don't know, how similar or if it was exactly the same. Because I'd only had 205 and 3204. I'd never messed with 3203. But I actually enjoy 3203, honestly. I hate putting films on. Let's check out my bucket of lube. Dude. Upside down. One thing I will say that's nice about the TX films being a little bit thicker than the like Kibio films that I've used in the past. Ooh, look at that. This is a no-go. Look at this film. This is a reject. No, thank you. Basura. Little reject. Yeah, Kibio films are just so floppy. But I like them because of how thin they are. But they definitely have way higher of a chance of to get messed up. Super lube oil, super lube grease, both have the same base and binder, so they mix. MCG 129, lots of 3203 and 4, some 205 grade 0, lots of RO59. I need to get some RO59, but it's kind of hard to get right now. Like the Desk Keys films, easier to place, but also easier to mess up. Those are the like gasket ones. So those like stickers basically. Dude, what is with these films being stuff? Thick boys. A thick side and a thin side. There's an exclusive vendor. Yeah, no, I have it. Our son sent it to me a couple weeks ago. S-keys are not stickers, but they are sold on a sheet. Okay, that's right. I thought they stuck on, but they're the ones that you have to break them out. Dude, what is with this? The like 70 switches I did last night didn't have this issue. There's literally like barely anything holding on. Can you even see it? Come on, TX, dude. Come on. They have foamish kind of rubber side and a plastic backside. Yeah. No, I knew that because they're the ones that are marketed as like a gasket film. I've never seen that with TX films. It's probably just like everything in this hobby right now. People are rushing to get things together and in stock and get them out to people. Capitalize on it. you know, because for the longest time, TX was like one of the only ways to get films. Not the only ways to get films, but they were the biggest film player. But now we've got all these other guys. They're doing cool, different things with it, you know? It is kind of weird, though, that it's like those three have been real bad. Real off. Real off. I know, Brian. I've got it open. It was not a roll, though. It was not a roll. Okay. Kevster can carry. It was not a roll. Anyone excited for the group buys that are happening right now? Anyone getting on Dolch R5? Minimal 2? Cannon Caps 0? Anyone excited for that stuff? Going all in on Bento. Are you getting the dark Bento or are you just getting light Bento? Cat iron, maybe. Interesting. I personally am not the biggest fan of the dark Bento. That might change as I see it in person, but I'm not into it enough to get it. Light Bento for me is definitely where it's at. I want a set of the CC, but not loving the debuting colorway theme. Yeah. I feel you. Like, I don't care about Near Automata or whatever it's called. Like Bento are more of the salmon color than the blue. True. True. I like that they did Latin alphas. But the thing is that with the way kitting works for GMK, you got to spend a lot of money if you just want to use Latin alphas, which kind of sucks, honestly. But going on Light Bento, I had daily clock cancel an order, so my credit card balance is... Oh wow. I don't mind weeb sets if color scheme works without context novelties. Appreciate that about. Yeah. For sure. It's not overly weeb. But it's also based off of a video game rather than like an anime, right? Like, I feel like typically that's a little bit more subtle, right? Especially like the Near Automata, however the hell you say that game. The 2B girl. The girl that can't see. She's got the blindfold on and she's wearing a very short skirt. Mara. I just feel like anime based sets are way more loud than like video game sets. For whatever reason. Even if they're both like along the same style of like art and for the actual content. Hate when the springs get all jumbled like that. It's really annoying. Data. Dude, you got into cat cyberspace? Who's picking up the like $30 ABS keyboard kit from either cyberspace or the black one from Drop? Because I think I'm gonna get the black one from Drop. It's only $30. And like, worst comes to worst, even if the keyboard thing sucks, you get a cool little stand with it too. Like, it's a win-win situation. And there's no losing. Oh, dude, they're playing. You might get the purple. You're almost obligated with the price mini. May as well try it. Yeah. I want to get like because it's got the space for a battery. I want to get one of those PCBs that, you know, you can just get a little LiPo battery and do Bluetooth. Have it be like your couch board, you know? All right. Let's go, gladiators. Beat the fusion. Hydration. A little hydro homie action. We're an hour and a half in and I haven't even started building the board. This is what I love about doing Saturday stream versus like a night stream during the week. Is that like I don't feel pressure to try to go fast or like get done at a certain time. It's like I don't got shit to do today. This is all I gotta do. Flash 3D. Welcome back, my dude. Like, let's be real. If I wasn't doing this, that is a lot on there. Holy crap. If I wasn't doing this right now, I would just be watching Overwatch League. Chilling. Which would be fine. But at least I'm like doing something that's somewhat productive. You know? Is Chewy still here? I asked him about how it looks. He is not. Unluckers. Unluckers. Okay. Did I throw that away? Flash 3D, how have you been doing, my dude? What have you been up to? Gladiators are rolling. They got 5 minutes and 30 seconds in the time bank and they're going into 0.3. It makes no sense to probably half of you watching, but it's exciting to me. Yo, what's up, Stash? How you doing? You having a good weekend, my guy? Pretty decent. It's been a bit hot here. Yeah, dude, it's hot. It's temperature right now. $99. A whole 99 degrees right now. See that? 99. Also, I cracked my screen protector this morning. Gotta put a new screen protector on. Good, Brother Bear. Good weekend having fam over. Nice, man. Enjoy it, my dude. Enjoy the time with your family, especially right now. Like, everyone needs a little bit of. What do you have arriving, Flash? You got some stuff coming in. What do you got? What do you got? Chewy's got them as well. Hot Swap PCB arrived and some blueberries that you got from Alex. Nice. Nice, dude. Is awesome, dude. What board are you putting? We should spring swapped these alpacas in the 165. Are you just using stock springs? Still waiting on the Clippa in some EU stores. Oh man. Yeah. I feel you. I have the stock springs in my Mauves and my Bauer. And I recently bought some springs to desolder it and swap them. I'm just not a big fan of them. Which feels great overall, but like, it feels super smooth. The springs don't cause an inherent issue, but I would prefer it to be a little bit heavier. Waiting to buy GMK Sumi as your first keycap set along with some Durox stabs. Interesting. Well, Sumi ends in like a couple days. So you should check it out. You can head on over to mexondeck.project.link. Although you're in the EU, so I don't think that works. But you could head on over there to figure out where your EU proxy is, or who your EU proxy is. Candy keys, I figured. It's typically either them or keyboard.e. Yeah, it's typically either one of those two. Crazy how much of a monopoly those two websites have on the keycap market comparatively to like the US. I mean, obviously we're a much larger percentage of the overall sales for a lot of sets, but still I have like 10. Dude, Shocks. Thank you, man. I love it. It's awesome. Like, I wasn't expecting it to be so, like, rigid as well. Like, it's 3D printed, but it's so thick. And the logo looks so good. You killed it, man. Thank you so much. My dog just snored. And for sure. Appreciate it. I know Chewy loves his. As well. Yesterday and today are my actual first times using it. I just haven't really lubed a whole bunch of switches as of late. Been just chilling. In that view, the US as an overall is a bigger amount of. Yeah, I mean, we have a lot more like realistically, Candy Keys and MyKeyboard.eu are kind of like the two big players for GMK sets, whereas like we have, Dixie, Drop, Novel Keys, Canon Keys, Project Keyboard. We have a lot more options. TX keyboards and here in the States is starting to sell more and more. Kono. It just seems way more diversified. My brass Rama caps lately. Think I might replace the Netfro. Good enough. That'd be cool, man. Yeah, because Drop does do. They run sets. They don't proxy. They handle EU as well, and then you just have to like figure it out. Like, then it's like the reverse too. Like, typically the way it works with GMK sets is everyone in Europe gets the sets way before everyone in America. What's up, Cartoon? How you doing? Everyone gets the sets way before America and Europe. But when it's a drop set, America gets it first, and then Europe gets it like 3 weeks later. Oh, man. I had hope for the Los Angeles Gladiators to win this map. But boys, Fusion just capped Nimbani with 4 minutes left. Unlucky, dude. Unlucky. Dude, I'm doing all right, man. It's been a rough couple months, obviously, with the pandemic and everything going on. But I am doing well. I'm trying to stay positive. I'm trying to use this time to better myself mentally, physically. The whole nine. Wanted to buy laser, but needed to go from Germany to US into the Netherlands. It's just absurd. Yeah. Feel ya. What's up, Giowago? I don't know how to say that. Red inks, interesting. Yes, red inks. Very interesting, right? Although we spent 2 hours lubing. Hey. Well, not really 2 hours lubing. It took like a 25-minute detour to kind of like look at the board. Ever tried blueberries? Yes, I have. I actually lubed 70 blueberries yesterday. I like them. Very intense tactility. They have a big boy bump. And they have heavy speed. Got big boy springs in them. What, to hear say that I like blueberries? It's just an intense bump, right? Like, it has its place. I feel like people typically want a little bit more of a round bump. Everyone is like, meh, so scratchy. No lie. Yeah, the thing, but like creams are the same way. Like, you put a little lube in there, lube them up a little bit, and they feel great. If you ever get a chance, try Halo Stem in a koala housing. So T1 housing. Bend the leaf ever so slightly. It's in Holy Panda on steroids. See, well, that sounds like that's probably cool. Consistently getting the same switch out of that sounds like that would be a nightmare. Like, we're already lubing switches, and like no one's 100% consistent all the time with the way that they lube their switch, you know? To me, it's like you can very easily ruin a switch doing that too. So while it probably feels great, I would just be careful, because you don't want to ruin the switches, you know? You pay money for them. You want to get your money's worth. Blackie or a thought? Listen, man, I like a little bit of everything. It just depends, you know? I have a very, well, not crazy, but I have a fairly diverse board collection in terms of like switches, weightings, all that stuff. Yeah, I mean, creams are my favorite linear switch in terms of sound. They definitely sound the best.
Record some ambience and put it in this track.
Yeah, but then I have to buy cherry housings. And I've tried burgundies before, and I'm not a big fan of the burgundies, to be honest. Like, I love that people are trying all these crazy different things, but also I'm like, stock switches are really good. Like, creams are really good. You know, like, do I need to buy, like, holy crap.
Who is that?
Mentally. Thank you. Thank you so much. What is that emote? What is that emote? Mentorly Keck W. Mentor Keck W. Or Keck U. Not W, just Keck U. Wasn't that from? I was watching that stream where it came from. Yeah. I was watching when that happened. That was like a couple nights ago, right? Like that was literally during the like 2 or 3 days ago when you did that. I like it. You should grow it out. You should grow it out. Make it a real thing. No. You need to embrace it. You and Alex are working on that on the set together. I feel like that's a necessity, and there needs to be like a promo picture of you two next to each other with your mustaches. But thank you again for the very much appreciate it, and I hope you had a fantastic time building the time. How's the time? How is the new time? Steelwind, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Was the time TKL pretty sweet? Designed by the same people that helped out with the board that I'm building, Box Labs. In it. So, in Box Labs. It's not as I expected. The rubber foam takes over a lot of characteristics. It's like PCB foamed board. That doesn't sound very fun. I feel like there's a few things right now in the hobby that everyone does, that a lot of people do, that's like really popular, that I'm like, this is kind of unnecessary. And one of them is like plate foam. Not a big fan of. Basically, a lot of foam in general. I'm just like, meh. Trying to film everything. Like, streams don't need films, people. Stop trying to force it. Wave Depth, thank you for the follow. Steelwind, I'm using 205 grade 0. And way too much. I don't mind case foam when the case is emptier, but I don't like plate foam, I don't think. Yeah. I like Kibio films on creams. Dude, eventually, we're going to have a talk. You and I are on the same wavelengths here. Because here's the thing. I was around when stickers were a thing. And I feel like a lot of people don't remember that. But that was like the biggest BS ever. And some people were like very about stickers. And I'm like, dude, come on. Wait, do I have a Zycos build? Yeah, this is a Zycos board. Stickers were the dark days. Deb, do you remember that? People were like, you have to sticker your films. Or sticker your switches. It was like all the rage for like 6 months. I feel like Switch films are a little bit more because it's actually doing more, right? Like stickers were so small. So true, Brian, so true. The classic. Is there a general rule? I mean, okay. My general rule, the Switch is made by JWK, it probably needs films. That's basically my my rule. Anything else, up to you. Zycos, no. Holy Pandas, absolutely not. Eventually, are you building Zycos for your iron? Or no, you've already built your iron. You've built both your irons, right? But aren't you building one for a friend? Yeah, it's Zycos. Nice. Oh, you built one for your sister. Okay. Nice. So I've noticed that with Zycos, if you can get it right, like before it messes up, like you know how Zycos when the pins get pushed in too far, it breaks the switch. There's like a moment in time where you can catch it and you can actually pull it back and save the switch, which probably makes no sense to people who have no idea what Zycos are. But what switches am I lubing right now? These are red inks. I have not been able to save any. Use Zelio housings that are desoldered. I agree, I hate them so much, but I love them. True. Use desoldered Zelio housings. And it makes it way easier. You need a reference one? They really work well with... like 78 gram springs. Anything lower than that's really hard to do. Bliss, Vanderstab, thank you for the follow, and Aiden E, thank you for the follow. Appreciate it, my dude. If you came from Mentally Stream and you've never been to Mechs on Deck before, welcome. I'm actually only one half of Mechs on Deck. I do have a partner in crime. His name is Chewart Little, aka Chewy. And we do weekly shows. We do Tuesday nights. We stream at 8 p.m. Central. Talk show between him and I where we talk about stuff going on in the community. Occasionally talk about some group buys. And we do a special segment called Keyboard of the Week where you can put a picture of your keyboard in our Discord channel in the keyboard picture section. We take a look at all of them, and then each of us, Chewy and myself, we select our favorite, and we let chat vote on which one will be the keyboard of the week. And then that keyboard of the week gets a special role in the Discord for a week. You get to be our server banner for the week, as well as you get to be in the background of your board gets pictured in the background of our stream. So come back Tuesdays, and then Wednesdays we do our weekly interview show. This next week we're actually doing a virtual meetup with Mr. Langlandia. Called Clack Fancy. It's gonna be a lot of fun. So come hang out and join that. What is spam Neb? True. You got a lot going on. Probably win. All right, there we go. We have fixed server banner. You can ban anyone on the server? No, the picture on the server, like the actual server's banner. You know, where it says like Mechs on Deck at the top, and then there's a picture behind it. That thing, but right there. Vega. It's just trying to troll me. But yeah. I don't understand. Please explain it more. Okay, so Brian, go to see the Discord server. Look in the top left where it says there's like a little like weird signature thing and it says top clack, then there's a picture that's behind that, right? Or it says what, you know, that's where your picture of your board goes. I modded my GK61. It'd be better than a Bauer. Interesting. That's a bold statement, man. Bold statement. You know, if you wanna link to our Discord, it's !Discord. IMO, the Bauer is worth like 1.5k. I mean, it definitely sells for that or more. I think it's hard to say. It's getting really weird, right? Like, it's hard to say that a board is worth what a board is worth now because things are just selling for such insane prices, right? Like, is a Bauer amazing? Yes. Is the iron amazing? Yes. Are they worth $2,000? Not to me, personally. I think boards are worth more than group buy price. I think boards need to be worth more than group buy price for the group buy model to be to function correctly, right? Like, you have to have a board be a higher value than the purchase price for the group buy model to actually like make sense, right? Or else then there's no reason to wait. Like, that's the point of group buy. Also, music stopped. But I think it's way more money. The percentage of increase is way higher than it needs to be, right? You know, way higher than it needs to be. Best sounding board, the value is perceived though? No, I don't think so. I think in order for the group buy model to actually be successful, there has to be an understanding that the value that you are getting is because you spent extra time, like you waited for it, like you're investing in that product. Like, that's the benefit. I don't know. I think it's just I think it's inherently how some people view the group buy model as a whole. Like, the group buy model to me is that the group buy model is made to where it's like, oh, if I buy this alone, it's this price, but if I buy it with a bunch of my friends, it's this price, which is less. I think boards should be worth more post group buy completion. The percentage is up for debate, right? It's free market, so people are charging like 4 to 5 times price because they know there's way more people that want them than the supply, which I think, while it sucks that it's going for that price, it's not really a whole lot you can realistically do without enforcing I think it depends on how the way you approach the group buy model, right? Like, look at the way Mass Drop was. You know, it was all based on, if it sells 500 units, it's this price. If it sells 1,000 units, it's this price. I don't know. I mean, I agree. I think vendors should make more, but they're putting the sale prices on their boards at the same time, right? Like, vendors could realistically sell their boards for whatever they want. You know, unfortunately, with the open market with no control over pricing, people just sell it, you know, as long as someone's willing to pay, you know, $2,000 for a board, then that board will be worth $2,000. You know, the second people stop buying, if people stop buying, you know, boards that sold for $300 for $700, then things will get better. Like, the problem is not the problem is not the people posting it, in my opinion. The problem is the people that are continually buying it, right? Because every time someone buys a Polaris for $700, and that next person charges $715, then that sells, and then it's $730, and before you know, it's, you know, $750. So, because it's not just that, like, it used to be people would price things super high and they would take a while to sell. But now they're priced super high and they sell almost immediately still. Like, you price a board that you bought for $300 for $600 and it's gone in like 30 seconds, right? It's just interesting to me because, like, the Polaris sold, what, 1,000 units? A little over 1,000 units? Was a completely open buy. Why is it not selling for... Why did it not sell like 4,000 or 5,000 units? There's this much demand and it's selling for $700. Why didn't it sell like 4,000 or 5,000 units? I don't know. People just don't want to wait, and I feel like if you're not willing to wait for it, you have to pay the prices. But I do wish it was easier. But my thought is always like, hey, if you don't want to pay $1,000 for something or $700 or $800 pay fit prices, there's always going to be more stuff, and it's always going to be getting better. Like, it's always getting better. Like, look at what boards we had, you know, 4 years ago, 3 years ago. They kind of don't stand up to things now. They don't stand up to the boards that we have now. One of those things, like, it pays to be patient, you know? I don't like flipping. I think it could be fixed a little bit, but I don't honestly see how you realistically would be able to preserve the market in its current state, in its current setup, and prevent it completely. I just hope that it goes down over time, if that makes sense. And I would be happy if someone came up with a way to change up the market in a way to where it could better prevent boards from skyrocketing. But I just don't see how. It may be because I have a small brain, but hey, you know what? It'd be like that sometimes. I love the open source peeps in this hobby. There's a lot of stuff that's open source that you wouldn't expect, you know? A lot more than what people realize. Alright, we're on to stabs. These have been used before, but I did clean up. So that one that still needed to be flipped. Do these housings. Seen too many times in this hobby is when people disregard the terms of the license and deviate works at the open part. Happens a lot, unfortunately. But it's kind of how it goes sometimes with the way that the hobby works. The big Alice-sized gray area. Yeah. It is unfortunate that people take advantage of other people's good nature, but that's kind of how the world is, right? Like, it's unfortunate, it sucks. You want to stop it, but it just sucks that there's always like 5 people lined up to support it. It's the same thing with flipping, right? Like we all agree flipping is awful for the community. It sucks. People are buying boards with the sole purpose of reselling them and not enjoying them, which sucks. But it sucks because there's like 10 people there. I mean, not 10, but there's people lined up behind them that are just ready to pounce on it, ready to buy it. It is unfortunate. There's no reason to be colors to be public. Laguber, what's up? How you doing? I've probably butchered the crap out of your name, and I'm sorry. But I hope you are having a fantastic Saturday. Hope you are enjoying yourself. Axon. My stream's dropping frames. I don't know what happened. We just dropped like 200 frames. You like that sometimes? Same with key sets. GMK Cafe selling up to 380 USD. Yeah. It's unfortunate. But it's kind of how it goes at this point. Like, and that's like such a shitty, like, to have, really honestly. Like, of the like it just is how it is. But it's like I feel like we need to come together to figure out a way to make it less lucrative to just passively get everything and just make money off of it. Like, we got to figure out a way to make that not be a thing. I would never flip a board. Sure, if someone asked me to sell it to them for 10K, I won't refuse. I'd sell it for a little bit more. The price I paid, or maybe trade it if I don't like it. But hey, there's always greedy people out there, huh? I mean, I feel like it's one of those things that a lot of people get caught up in flipping too. Like, if a board is selling consistent, like say I was to sell my Iron 165 tomorrow, right? Like, I don't feel like I'm flipping it because I built it and I enjoyed it. Maybe I need money, right? Like, I got in a car accident recently. My car is gone. Wasn't covered. My insurance wouldn't cover the accident. And like now, I don't have a car right now. Maybe I need to sell a board to save up some money to get a car. Right? And is it messed up and considered flipping if I sell it for what the market value of it is at this point, which is determined by the flippers? Like, is it on that person to sell it at extras price, or they're a bad person? It's just like such a weird situation. I don't know. Because it's like, if I post a board that's regularly selling for $1,800 for $700 on the market, who's to say that person's not going to turn around, buy it for $700 and turn around, know they can just instantly sell it for $1,700 and now they make $1,000. Like, that's what sucks, right? It's such a weird situation. But I think there's a stark difference between people selling unbuilt kits and people selling boards that they've built, that they've used, that are maybe desoldered. People selling unbuilt kits, you're just straight up flipping, like, at the end of the day. Because you can't tell me that you liked it. Flipping the Iron 165 would be sacrilegious considering it was a present from Chewy. Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say. This is just a hypothetical situation. Although, given my current circumstances, I'm sure Chewy would understand. But that's beside the point. I'm not going to sell it. Yeah, see, unbuilt, untouched, that to me is where the problem lies. Those are the people who make Would you consider it flipping if it was a board from 3 years ago? I mean, I don't know. Do you have an unbuilt board from 3 years ago? Because if you do, my answer is why. This happens in like every hobby. I mean, the entire like card collecting hobby is founded on flipping. Collecting. People who just open packs of cards, packs of basketball cards, or baseball cards or football cards to get something that's way expensive, and they just turn around and sell it, you know? Just call it a smart investment. True. But it's also a gamble. Yep. The thing that is crazy about this hobby, though, is that there is nothing that's a gamble. Like, what products are selling right now for less than what they were at group buy price? Like nothing. It's like not even a gamble. Like it's guaranteed extra money. But that might not always be the case. It's a gamble that'll get made, true. But the fact that everything is selling for more it might not always be the case. Like, we will get to a point where the hobby will stop growing at such an exponential rate. I mean, GMK Deep Space still sells for more than what Group Buy was. I mean, the last one I know of is like Plum and Necro. And even those still are now selling for more than Group Buy price. Bought it new in box for $150. Well, that's more than what Group Buy was, though. Like, the fact that you can still make money, whether or not it's very much, it's kind of like you're not losing money, right? Like, I go buy a $3,000 guitar, which is basically equates to about a key cult level, in that I'm not selling it for $7,000. I saw a dude that bought 8 sets of GM. That's a different situation. Was $210 on Oko. That's extra prices on Oko. It wasn't $210. Chewy bought it off of Oko. The Delta sets, the reason why people bought multiple sets of that is because the set was struggling to make MOQ, and people bought it to take some of that burden off of Canon Keys to buy the set out. That is a completely different situation. That was not bought with the intention of reselling. So whoever is talking about that situation and that and framing it as that person is trying to make a large sum of money on the aftermarket is very wrong and very misinformed. Because I know that person, and that's not his MO. Yeah, but Neb, that might be like one specific instance, not like the trend of it. What do they do with the extra caps that they bought? I mean, he might keep them. He might sell them to friends that want the set. I'm not sure. You would have to ask him. It is a single instance, yeah. And that's the thing, is there are times, like, I mean, there were sets of Olivia that sold for $150 for during the time when Olivia was selling for when Olivia was selling for like $400 and $500. Someone sold a super shine set for like $150, which was crazy. Got the GMK Deep Space. When I see the current price of it, I'm scared now. Dang. Yeah, Metallic Charles sold Moon Serica when it was at its peak for group buy price, and it was unopened, literally unopened. What raffle did you win? Jaguar 1290. Oh, ETF raffle. Alice in Wonderland, nice. I sell at cost to friends. Yeah, I know. I bought a artisan from you. Ryan King, what up? Just also, Brian was right. Wasn't it a 3-0? What's wrong with the keycap shine? There's nothing wrong with keycap shine. Type !shine in chat and be graced with the wise words of the almighty Honeybush. Shine means that you use your set. Unless it's obviously like an Infinity set or an EPBT set, then that's, shine's kind of impossible. You gotta try. Really? You slip after keys get shiny? For me, the keys get stickier. Like my fingers become more glued into the keys. My laser is finally starting to shine. Nice. I build with sake. How do you build with sake? That's what I want to know. It doesn't seem like a very malleable material to build with. Keep drinking. Lucky. Use the sake as switch flube. True. All right, chat. Little update on the Overwatch League. We're heading into the Atlanta Rain versus the Florida Mayhem. Airbrushing a model right now? Nice. I have an airbrush that I spent like way too much money on that I've literally used twice. That I should probably sell because it was like $180. I'm waiting for the beautiful Cat Eternal sets to come out. Currently have GMK Deep Space along my top row of Tofu 65. Space and console caps, nice. I'm excited for Cat Eternal to come out. Unit 01 to go with GM. Dang it, I keep dropping these stems. Getting 205 all over my fingers. I should be using the stem holder thingy that I have. But life is hard. Wasabi Future. Oh. Wabisa B future? What's up, my dude? How you doing? Sounds like you need a grabby friend. No, like I have one of these. These things. I just don't use it. Wabi sabi. God, that's so bad. Reading is hard, dude. I don't know if you knew this or not. Reading is hard. Wabi sabi. Yeah, bud? You have a good nap, Anibus? Wabi sabi, future. Appreciate it, my dude. Now I want to get my girlfriend into keyboards, but she swears by her Mac keyboard. She's just uninformed. You gotta enlighten her. Bring her over to the dark side. It's possible. Many of your fellow comrades in the hobby have infected their significant others. Said the classic, it's like I'm not even typing. The fact that people don't understand the investment like the fact that people don't understand like the value of having a nice keyboard blows my mind because it's one of the single most used things for people, right? Like especially, you know, you're working in an office, you got a job working in a cube, you're using a keyboard for 8 hours a day. So why not make that the most enjoyable experience you can? Like, come on. You sure to film the part where you tell her she's uninformed so the rest of us can enjoy that later? True. You can't tell. I'm not married. What am I leaving the stabs with? Also 205 grade 0. For me, importance goes chair, desk, keyboard, monitors. Mine's a little bit different. I feel like mine's like keyboard, chair, monitors, desk. Isabi. Well, maybe keyboard before desk. Yeah. Gotta go keyboard before. Chair can make up for a bad desk. True. At the end of the day, like, I would love to have a desk, like a motorized desk that's sit stand kind of thing. Like, that'd be cool. But, like, that's just kind of like, it's just cool, you know? Neb, I'm honestly surprised that you have monitor behind chair, given your line of work. Chair and monitor super close? Yeah. That makes sense then. Broken back duder. True. I know. But still. mean, but like not great chairs are still okay for like a little bit, you know? You just might have to get up and walk around every once in a while and not die. But like a crappy monitor, you literally can't do your job. You know? You feel me? Nope, you have to be at a certain height in your chair and so it does. Sure. I have really bad posture. My chair doesn't physically go high enough for me to be at that good height, so it's just kind of like you got to work with what you got for me. I don't know. Man, we're almost to the actual build, people. You rocking an iron back there? It is in fact an iron 165 SE. That is in fact what that is. It looks a little bit more red than it is. Alright. Alrighty, people. Always have to check your apps. If you don't, you have some issues. I don't want to have issues. I need to buy some more just screws because or stabs, more stab screws because I am running out. I had a build that came with stabs but no screws, so I had to supply some of my own. Now I'm missing some stab screws. J-Key Customs. Dude, it's going well, man. I'm just getting the stabs in. And then we're kind of going to be off to the races with this. It'll be real quick because this is a hot swap build. It's going to be all about getting them in, getting them flush. I will be interested to see how difficult that will be with the very, very thick boy plate board comes with. But you know what? We'll see. It be thick. It is, in fact. The thickness. This plate's got 4 C's. It's a thick one. Taking apart Holy Pandas. It's ultrasonic clean. Oh, Draxi. Lube or stabs lube or dielectric grease. You can do both. Like, you can do either or. So like you could use dielectric grease. 205 grade 0. Seen some people recommending 205 grade 2, I believe, as of late as well. You could use MCG 129 is very popular as well. The thing is, dielectric grease, just straight up, it does not last nearly as long as 205 grade 0. And you will want to make sure that you can like maintain dielectric grease, because it does hold on to dust after a certain time. It'll start to kind of get a little bit of dusty, and then it's kind of loses its luster a little bit, you know? Which is no fun. Both of the ones I listed can dry out. Yeah, exactly. They dry out just a hair. Which is unfortunate, because I like how thick dielectric grease is, which is why I think people are starting to use 205 grade 2, because it's a little bit thicker. But honestly, man, I'd try everything out. See what works best for you. See what is best for you. A lot of people still swear by dielectric grease. It's the tried and true. Same thing with super lube. Super lube dries out before it gets dirty. Way too thick, too much drag. I know a lot of people they'll cut it with 105. Like do a blend. Out of GMK screws. Singular old rock screw. Get the plate on here. Put some switches in, test it out. Probably fine for stabs since you go so thin anyway. Yeah. Alrighty. You know what's nice about this like little lip here is it gives you an extra place to kind of grab onto it. Both on the top and the bottom. Gives you a nice little place to onto the board. Interesting. This is such a thick boy, dude. So thick. All right, I think I'm gonna do this correct, which is that. Got these boys. Yeah, it does, Neb. I'm gonna do that right now, even though I'm just testing stabs. I'm not gonna lie, because I'm kind of getting the fact that stabs are gonna be. Me. Is it normal for Alice PCBs from project to take 8+ months? I think anything is normal during COVID. Like, I get it, you want your stuff, but unfortunately, the world's kind of on fire. What's my favorite owl team? Hard. Because I want to say it's someone other than the Dallas Fuel, but I think it has to be Dallas Fuel because I'm invested in that organization in terms of like, I know people that work there. I've worked with the organization personally. So the Dallas Fuel. You're doing a hot swap build. It's always a good idea to check, visually inspect your switch pins before you start shoving it into the plate. PCB. Because you could have a bad time. Man, I can't remember the last time I used a full shift. Full right shift. Easy. Full right shift, man. Helio V2. It's got a Helio that is clicky. Interesting. Man, this is gonna be loud. This is gonna be like kind of loud. Why is this one so loud? This backspace is so loud. And is like bent sideways. Osiris, you in Dallas? I am in Dallas. Oh, nice. Nice, you're in Dallas as well? Are you in like proper Dallas or are you in the burbs? I am in the burbs. Arlington? This is loud. They're not rattly, they're just loud. 55-gram inks, man. So light. Your space bar is like difficult. Way south in New Braunfels, nice. Hey. Maybe it'll sound better when it's soldered in. It's not, that's not soldered. Caps hit the tighter corners at all? No, they're not hitting the tighter corners. I think it's I'll be interested to see how it changes when I get the full board together. Because I think what's happening is the PCB is slapping against the plate because it's literally like right on it. Like it's more that noise. But before we get all the switches in. Put this away for a second. Yeah, T1's need wasn't enough to get it back up. I had to put 67, yeah. Even like these, I feel like 55 grams is just so light. Like it, you almost need a heavier spring with a 7U spacebar. You know? Like I couldn't imagine trying to use 55 gram springs with a 7U SA spacebar. That would be rough. Ooh, boy howdy. Thank you for the follow, Channel Nostalgia. Appreciate it. I've saved up my points. I have my message highlighted. Now take a drink of water for the hydro homie. Man. Very cold. But also good. What's great about this plate being so big remember to stay hydrated, folks. True. LOL. 7U spacebar, C3 stabs, 55 gram switch, and SA, the spacebar that never came back. True. True. Remember to stay hydrated. Dude, these pins are bent in like awkward angles. Also Fusion 3. Yeah, I know. I saw Brian. I saw. You didn't have to rub it in. We knew that this was going to happen. We were just hoping. Mayhem 3-1. I don't know about that one. I think Rainer gonna win. I think Rainer gonna win. And that's not just because I hope that they win, but I think that they are. I think if Brain might be the best Arissa Sigma team in North America outside of the Shock. Like, I think Gargoyle's as good as Hawk, but Fate is nowhere near as good as Gator. IMO. Gundam Jin turning up? True. And that's where the big difference is the support line. Masa's good. Dogman's okay. Dogman's good, he's not great. Gangnam Jin, pretty good. Pretty damn solid. Byram, kinda okay. But not great. Dude, look at this. Look at how it's like. Look at this switch. It's like the pin is like turned. So strange. I need the Canadian-US border to open up. That switch is super punchy with color. Eddied. Find fine needle nose pliers clamped on the pins. It helps. I mean, I like my ceramic, my vape niche tweezers, the forbidden candy switches. True. Yeah, the all red does look nice. Wait until you get the key set on. It's gonna be hot. Normal tweezers don't cut it, yeah. Looks like I got these. And these aren't like anything fancy, right? Like they just bend so easy. Red stabs? No, just regular GMK stabs. I think red stabs might have been the initial thought, but this is like a phone that's just slightly place, causing the switch to not be able to close. There we go. I stocked up on the good GMK stabs before they went back. I got a few sets left. Yeah, these are old. These are old GMK stabs. I'm hoping that GMK figures out what's going on and updates their stabs to not have an issue, because I would love to be able to use GMK stabs again. I do actually prefer them over the Duroc ones. Dude, this is straight up. The pin was just straight up bent in half. You notice a big difference between stab brands that are pre-clipped? I mean, there's a big difference between like the C3 ones and the Durocs. There's obviously a much smaller difference between Duroc and Zeal, to the point where I don't think the Zeals are really worth it. I think the Durocs are the go-to right now. Mr. Petrov, how you doing? Been a while. But I really enjoy GMK stabs. I think sometimes the Duroc stabs are too loose, like the housing to the stem is too loose, which causes a lot of rattle that can be much harder to get out. Especially on like very like super tactile switches. But I don't know, I miss GMK stabs. I miss using GMK stabs. I'm going off Duroc stabs. I have a really hard time tuning their spacebars. Yeah, exactly. Especially with like tactile switches, like Zycos, like this board, I keep having issues with the spacebar stab. Whereas with GMK, if it was just a little bit tighter of a housing, I feel like I wouldn't have as many issues because there wouldn't be as much rattle. I don't know. I almost feel like with the Duroc stabs, you have to change your lube method. And instead of lubing the wire, just fill the insert with lube and hope that it doesn't have issues. I wouldn't know _ thank you for the follow. Appreciate it. Yo, you're vibing with that desk mat. Very epic. True. It's a very happy desk mat for a very sinister build. Are C3 stabs not good? I have a set, and I haven't... I tried them out a little bit, and I wasn't as big of a fan. But the set that I have is the very first run that they did. And I think that they've made some small changes to them throughout the history. Zoomwalt, welcome. Yeah, red inks. Same thing as black inks, just a little bit lighter. I build with sake. Thank you for following. Appreciate it, my dude. Haven't had any more switches with crazy bent stems. But I do have to keep checking housings to make sure that they're all together. Eventually I do need to build with sake. Last time I did, I was building a nori. Nice. A lot of through-hole parts. That's a lot of chances to burn yourself, I feel like. I should be more centered. I'm not doing a great job of being a good build streamer. I'm sorry. Keep forgetting that I moved my camera. It's okay, my left eye. You are acceptable. I don't want to just be acceptable. I want to be the best, okay? We don't strive for acceptable. This isn't a 13th place medal stream. This is we're going for top tier grade A content, okay? I'm not looking for handouts or participation trophies. What's my take on lube stations? I like lube stations. I think they're a great utility or a great tool to have. It allows you to establish a process when you are lubing bitches, which is nice. I have a couple different lube stations. I have this one that I used today, which has the Mexlon Deck logo in it, which was made by Twitch user Shocks. And then I have two Clavier lube stations. That are much larger. Righty. Put this together. A lot of dust in here. Time to ultrasonic clean. There you go. Wow. All right. The one bad thing about these shirts is they're going to collect the crap out of dust. All right. We got our top, our plate. Marry the two. Sync. Is going in a cross pattern necessary? Not really. But is it worth? Kinda. Gotta make sure that the case is like 100% lined up. Alrighty. Probably should have tried it out before I How do I feel about this SB? Disarray? What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Alright, let's look. What am I looking for? Switch hitter. All right. Oh, you can't see. Gotta make sure I didn't bend any pins. All right, where is it? Boom. All right, cool. Would polycarb half plate on a key colt 165 for silent switches be the best? I mean, yeah, that switch needs to be done. I mean, that's a you thing. There's no best, honestly. To be fair, I am not a big fan. I am not the person that you should be asking about if you should use silent switches, because I do not like silent switches. I'm not a fan. You know where you can buy springs that are in stock right now? I want to change out my Halo True springs. I believe TX probably has some springs. Novel Keys has good springs. It depends on what kind of weighting you are looking to get. I've got a whole bunch of extra switches. Let me just grab a different one. TXS springs in stock? Yeah. Use either TX, you can get TX springs. Mine needs to come out. Go vertically, but I can't. TX springs or novel keys, honestly. Be sure to use someone's code if you go to novel keys and save yourself some money. You're welcome, my dude. That's what we're here for. Oh, we're here to build the board. By proxy, also answer questions. Which just straight up came out. Switchmod.net/Max on deck. True. Switchmod doesn't have springs anymore though. Assuming this is function. Okay. I just changed something. Yeah. Do they have springs in stock still? I thought they didn't. Okay. This is a. Now we're at rainbow. What do I do? Do I make it stop? Okay, I'm fine with it. What did I do? Cursed. Everything works. Everything. Apps. The time has come for the rebirth. The sanctuary rebirth. Oh, I didn't realize that. The expert. I should be better about looking at my vendors. I'm bad. I should have linked that first. You don't have to apologize now, but I appreciate you putting the links. Very much appreciative. Oh man, 0-2 for the mayhem. Brian might be right. It might be a 3-1 or a 3-0. This is gonna sound good. This is loud. This is gonna be loud. Not loud, but like louder than what you would expect, but it's gonna be decently like deep sounding. Mini Excite. Very well. The question is, which can highly recommend the Path of Diablo. Fabulous community server mod for Diablo 2. I've actually never played Diablo. I know Chewy and his wife really enjoy playing Diablo. They play it quite regularly. Diablo 3. But I'm not a big Diablo player. I will say, okay, as I'm putting these stems on, I'm starting to, or these caps on, I'm starting to see some issues with stems being some tighter than others. There's a little bit of inconsistency between each cap. Some go on real easy. Some need a little bit of extra force. That variance is kind of normal. But this is maybe a little bit more than what is normal. We're not going to use that return. We're going to use the novelty enter. I'm going to use scoops. Had an issue with my infinity key set of this on R3. Using filmed gats, the inside of the ribs keypads would hit the switch top and make an unpleasant sound. Didn't happen if they weren't filmed or with GMK caps. From now on, I use film switches on R3. Interesting. If I would just dump that tray out, hold it in per key. Yeah, it's not that bad though. It seems a bit excessive though, right? Like, why mold this top tray when the other trays aren't molded? See how this is a commission build? Kinda? For a friend. For a friend. An OG of the channel. It is in fact super sexy, isn't it? It looks real good. The red's actually fairly close. Like for plastic to metallic red, it's pretty close. Pretty close. Stab keys are very loud though. This might be an instance where Band-Aid mod could actually do something. This is for a friend. Zoomwalt. For a buddy of mine. Or well, a buddy of the channel. An OG. Been here since the beginning. It has been a long time since I've typed on a board with a plate this thick. And man, is she thick. Flip spacebar, gang. Flip might not actually work that well. Where did I get these caps from? These are from the Key Company. It's Infinity Sanctuary Rebirth. Thank you, Neb. Appreciate it. She ate the link. Man. This is coming together very nicely. I'm digging the way that this looks. I am digging it. Going full meta. Spam. We are done with that part. I can see how it sounds. Dude, it does look good. Dude. The spacebar's not warped. I checked earlier. It's just a hair. It's not. Yeah. Yeah, it's not too bad. I'm actually gonna put this spacebar on. Looks better not flipped for sure. I mean, flipped is always going to look a little bit awkward because there's going to be more of a gap here than here. So it'll look weird. Also, this is Duroc stabs of like how much room they move versus GMK stabs, like way less motion. MK stabs are so good, or were so good. Durocs are better right now because of the issues that GMK's stabs have. Hard to see. Insert comma about how Durek or just Zeal clone here. True. The LEDs are kind of hard to see in the in this, but man, this looks freaking awesome. Look at this, dude. Holy crap. My grubby hands all off the oh, the Switch is filmed. They are in fact filmed. It is in fact a Diablo themed keycap set. Dude, this looks freaking sick. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I'm super impressed with how, like, sharp they are. Like, so clean looking. All right. Grab SWAT. Okay. I would assume you want to hear how it sounds. So we're going to do that now. Give me a second. Again. Okay. Say this every time I do this. This is a broadcast microphone. It's going to sound very different through this microphone than it will in real life. It's just a baseline. So, take this next part with a grain of salt. Thank you. I like it. I think it. Clack on 3. Not really. Here. Yeah, I'm not sure. Yeah, these are filmed Gaterons. But which films did you use, Mr. Petrov? Also, Ibilbasaki, yeah, the SM7B is like basically made for you to be up on it. Really, I use TX films for this as well. I'm not sure why this is having it. Maybe it's the angle of the plate. Who knows? I don't know. That wouldn't make sense, but who knows? Mine were Telios. Maybe that has something to do with it. Yeah, SM7B. This sounds actually not bad. The backspace is very loud for whatever reason. I may end up trying a different switch in the backspace, but it's very loud. It's almost like that bass is a completely different switch. I'm gonna try a different. It's okay, I don't use backspace. I think it's just that switch. It was in fact just that switch. Now it sounds way more even. It feels and sounds really good. This feels. I wasn't a big fan of. I have the prototype of the Obliterated that has red inks, and I wasn't as big of a fan of them. These feel a little bit different. They feel a little bit better. I don't know. But yeah. This thing looks freaking awesome. I love that. That's sick. Again, this is the Square 80 collaboration between Init Studio and Box Lab keyboards. Yeah, the top is just like so cool. Like this section is just so cool. Tyler Charles, I'm jealous. Everyone should have a cherry. I have a cherry red keyboard, but I don't use it. Oh, you meant like this color red keyboard. Is the group buy over? Yeah. This board ran in May of last year. Yeah, this looks so good. They do look like vents. Like Mr. Petrov said, it looks like an exhaust. Ferrari exhaust. And it's like, they did such a good job getting it like nice and deep. The color. Zoom in a little bit. Man. Well, I'm gonna use this. Figure in. Alright. Alright. That's gonna do it for me. I do want to give a quick shout out to our sponsors. You can head on over to switchmod.net/mechs-on-deck. Get 4% off any in-stock items. They got springs, lubes, other stuff. Check it out. You can go to mechsondeck.dixiemech.com. Pick up GMK Pono as well as GMK Minimal 2. The color is from Anno. Next up, you got Project Keyboard, mechsondeck.project.link. Pick up GMK Sumi as well as GMK Dolch R5. Both running this month. Sumi does end in the middle of the month, so you got about a little over a week, I think, left to pick that up. And then, last but not least, Canon Keys. Head on over to canonkeys.com/mechsondeck. Pick up CC0, Canon Cap's new PBT set. It looks great. You like Nier Automata or Automata, that word, 2B, I think is the girl's name. If you like that video game, it's a set themed off of that. This looks amazing. It looks great. That kind of bugs me a little bit, but you know what? That's neither here nor there. This is a cable for your phone. I'm going to figure out who I can raid. Great Majir. Thank you for the follows. Again, for the follows. A little doubled up. We're doubled up there for a second. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate everyone. I appreciate mentally hosting me. That was awesome. As well as all of the follows. Thank you so much. Let's see. We can host. We can raid Mr. Max F. Alright. We're going to raid Max F. Appreciate everyone. Thank you for joining me. Come back on Tuesday at 8 p.m. Central. Listen to Chewy and I rant and rave about keyboard things, as well as do our weekly Keyboard of the Week segment. As well as Wednesday, we will be doing our meetup, the Clack Fancy meetup. It's going to be a lot of fun. So come hang out with us Tuesday and Wednesday at 8 p.m. Central, and Chewy will be alive a week from today doing another build. Appreciate all of y'all. Thank you, and have a fantastic evening. Enjoy Mr. Max F doing a marathon stream. I'll see y'all soon. Bye.